Hello friends, welcome to the channel. If today is your first time visiting with us, we want to extend you a very warm welcome. If you have been here before but you have not subscribed, please subscribe, it really means a lot. If today is your birthday, we want to extend you a very happy birthday. Today we're going to start a project that we're very excited about, and we hope that you stick around and see what it is. However, as we're going to show you in a moment, we had to change our plans because of very severe weather in our area. But in any case, we are going to give you a good idea, we hope, and we hope you forgive us that we did not go further along than we were planning. So stick around and see what the project is about. We won't be finishing today, so there will be a part 2, but hopefully you will get a good idea of what the project will look like. Well, Mother Nature threw us kind of a loop today, and we got a substantial snowstorm. As you might know, we live in the Midwest. And here on our deck we have a visitor. We have a bird that tries to find refuge from the storm, and we are going to try not to disturb her, so let her be. So today on the homestead we realize the limitations we have by not having a dedicated workshop, because the project we are undertaking is a fairly significant project. We are going to build a desk, not a deck, that it is 6 feet long, right? By 30 inches wide. And it's going to be a little unorthodox design. We're going to show you the material we're going to use for this desk. And here you can see them laying in our living room floor, because that's what you do when you don't have a workshop, right? You use your living room. So we have a very nice quality plywood that is not going to be seen. It's going to be used as a substrate. And then we went to our favorite area that we get the remnants boards on different sizes and shapes. And we bought what we feel is enough boards. We might have to add more. We're going to do a dry fitting, and we're going to show you. And we purchased 2 metal legs that the desk is going to be on. So today we're going to start finishing the boards as far as making sure that they are cut at 90 degrees and flush, because on this project we want everything to fit very nicely, right? But again, we're going to have to find a way in our small workshop to cut this piece of plywood, and this will be the first project we're going to use our track saw. We were thinking of using it on our track saw, different things.
On the bed of the truck as a support.
Right, but as you saw, this is not possible right now. We have a foot of snow or so, and we'll see if we can do it in the garage. If we cannot do it today, we're going to do it at a later day, and we're going to show it to you. We're going to show every step to you, but we're not going to do exactly the episode today as we were planning, because we just don't have the space. Again, I wish I had a dedicated workshop right now. It would make this project much easier, but in the same token, I do want to show you that the do-it-yourselfer with limited space can build broad projects that are substantial and nice and have a finish and can rival anything you can buy on the store. Now, what is the cost? The cost is very minimal. The plywood cost us, if I'm not mistaken, about $15. And the boards are 55 cents each. So the woodworking part is mostly the labor we're going to have to expand. The most expensive part were the 2 metal legs, because my metalworking skills are nowhere close to build that. Maybe in a few months as I practice a little more with my welder. But the pair was $99, is that correct? So this whole project is $140 in material right now. And I would be really hard pressed to find something like that, especially in these dimensions, that comes even close to this price. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, and the other part of it is you're making it custom to the space that you have available, which is not something you can always find in a retail.
Correct. So I said it's going to be an unorthodox build because, as you're going to see, I want to show you a way to build furniture that is very sturdy, even if you don't have the ability to make tenons or a biscuit joiner or a dowel maker or any of those things. Because we're going to use the plywood as a substrate, and you're going to understand how this will work in a moment. So stick around and we're going to show you a dry fitting of the top of the desk. Okay, and you see now a very rough dry fit. Our boards on top of the uncut ply. We're going to cut the ply about an inch shorter than the board. And you can see where 6 feet is, so we need to cut some of the boards. This is not the total dry fitting. And it is about 28, we said 30, but it's about 28 inches wide, right? Deep. All right. So you get the idea, but as you see, we have to finish the boards, otherwise some people might like that, but we want the finish to be very good. So we need to square boards, and we need to make sure that we have a nice dry fit everywhere. Okay, and imagine it upside down now. The only thing is we don't have the plywood substrate on it, but this will be the desk with the feet upside down. The feet came already with holes in them, so we can securely attach them. And also they have holes on the bottom, so if you want to, and we probably will do that, you can put levelers, so you can make sure that the desk is level, even though ours is going to go in a carpeted area, so that will not be as critical. But you get a general idea of the underside and the top side of the desk. And as you can see, we have enough material, it looks like to me. We shouldn't need anything more. But as we start cutting, and we're going to show you those things, we are going to have a better understanding of how we're going to put the things. But right now, this is the general idea. Again, it's unconventional because we plan to do that without using any traditional type of joinery between the boards. We don't plan to use dowels, we don't plan to use any biscuits, and we don't plan to use any festool, dang it, what they're called?
Like the crate jig or pocket.
No, festool. It is something, it's a tenon thing.
Okay.
Festool something. We have another distraction today. As you can see, Max, that you have seen before, and our other dog, Sierra, are just suffering from cabin fever. They haven't been out of the house to go for a walk or anything for over a day now because of the storm. So they're going a little bit nuts. So that's another thing. And what I was talking before is the festool. I forgot it again. The festool, what did I say? Biscuit? No. I said the word.
I don't know. It's our word.
No, it's not. I remember it. So finally, I remember the festool domino. We don't even have a festool domino tool because we do not own any tools that cost $1,000. So the whole idea is to show you how to build something like this without really do any joinery at all. If you have a way to cut the boards to the correct length, you can build this. And of course, we're going to use some equipment because we really want it to look really good. So we're going to use our planer and we're going to use our joiner. But other than that, we are going to keep that a very, very simple build. So I see you didn't want to film me, you're filming the dogs.
Well, I think the people who watch our videos like the dogs.
This is not the dog channel. This is not the Max channel.
We need one.
And this is the desk we have to replace. This is my son's desk, and he had it since he was a little boy. And it doesn't really serve him very well anymore. And we have a lot of dead space that we don't utilize in the room. So this new desk will go from that back wall almost to the door, not quite to the door, but almost to the door. So we'll give a better utilization of the space. It will be a bigger desk, we'll give him more space, and we'll make the room look bigger. So you have a general idea of what the design is going to fit in here like. So when you're squaring your boards, be careful that your board is actually, at least in one side, edge. As you see, this board is not, I don't know, is it visible? That it is not flat. So in this case, because we are not ready to edge this yet, we're going to turn it around and hope that the other side is flush. And sure enough it is. As you can see, it's very tight. I mean, this is a natural edge, so that is not it is not tight, it's actually very tight all around, right? And folks, that's how you improvise in a small shop. You use your table saw extension as an outfit table. They happen to be in the right height. So with this here, we don't want to cut a lot of material. We just want to square it, right?
Yep.
Is the vacuum on? Are you sure? Why it is not full? And as you can see, we took a significant bow out of that edge piece, and this is now a very straight, nice edge that our next board will be able to just butt against. We are going to use, again, the plywood as a substrate, so we're going to glue one of the surfaces, the one that we don't like the most, that will not be visible. And the glue and the plywood will keep all the boards together and provide both strength and rigidity at the same time. Again, the idea is for this to be an unorthodox build, right? That will require a minimum tools. I mean, you will need a saw for sure, right? A table saw or a chop saw, some type of saw will be required for this project, but other than that, can you see that my breath? The things we do for our viewers. We don't even have the heat turned on in the garage because we are really exhausted. We've been working all day in taking care of the homestead, right? We had,
The snow, yeah.
we took care of the snow. The BMW was stuck in the snow by one of my sons, and we had to go and rescue it. And that was a fun experience.
I got to use my SUV as a plow for the first time.
Yeah, LP that was there, pushing a BMW was a CRV pushing a BMW. I bet that was quite the spectacle for our neighbors.
Yeah.
But the car is safely on the driveway, and both cars sustained zero damage. Now that would have been a neat video, but at the time
There was too much going on.
we needed to have it done. But again, homesteading is about self-sufficiency, right? We didn't have the car towed, we didn't do anything. Now it did require some winter driving skill, but at the same time, even with that skill, we still needed at areas a little bit of a push.
So the BMW is a rear-wheel drive car. For those of you who don't know, they definitely drive differently in the snow, and the significant amount of snow, which had become somewhat slushy on these roads, was definitely a challenge for the BMW on an incline like that. And so having the CRV behind it, pushing it, just giving it a little bit of a nudge was enough for you to get it into the driveway.
Back to woodworking, if you come here, you can show how much of a bowl that has. Is it visible?
Yeah.
And look how much bowl that board had that we took out. And of course, you can also see it because you can see this is not equal thickness. Is that visible?
Well, if your camera would focus, sure.
Stop blaming my camera.
Then hold it still. There you go.
So all this thickness would have made it impossible for us to have a nice flat connection to the next board. And we're going to have to do that with all boards. We're not going to bore you with showing you every single board, but we're going to show you parts of how we're doing everything, and definitely how we put everything together. I'm very excited about that project. How about you? I've never seen this technique used to put a table together. Have you?
No.
So this is my design, and of course Elpida and Miss Wizard is going to help me. This is a monumental project for our little shop. it is definitely the biggest build we've undertaken here. And I think the second biggest build is the entertainment center we have for the kids under the TV.
Yeah.
That was pretty big, but not as big as this. And I want again to show you that you can build nice, even large projects in a small shop like ours. Well, friends, this is our show for today. Again, we wanted to show you much more, and we will show you more on the second episode, which might end up being longer than this, right? What do you think?
I think it's possible there may be a third, but whatever you want.
A third?
Yeah.
I hope not. We planned for 2, there might be 3, but under the conditions today, we did not want not to have a video out for you, and sometimes there's not much we can do. Showing you how to square boards is boring. We show you how to do one. The same methodology will be used in all of them, right? We'll definitely show you how to make the boards, how to edge them and plane them. It's called a thickness planer for a reason. We'll decide on a thickness, and every board will go through the thickness planer, right? To hit that thickness.
That will make the flat surface for the desk.
And it will minimize our sanding. It will not eliminate it,
but
it will definitely minimize it, right?
Yeah.
So thank you for watching this episode. I hope you learned at least something for it, or that you get some ideas. If you have any suggestions for us, feel free to leave a comment below. And from the Garage Wizard, Elpida and Mrs. Wizard, and of course the Urban Homesteading channel, we wish you a safe winter. Today has been a challenge for us, but we are going to see you soon, and we are looking forward to the end product, right, Elpida?
Yes.
And most certainly we hope you are also looking forward to it. I can see my breath. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not.
It's not on yours. You can't see it on camera, but I can see it.
That is not good. But we appreciate your support, and please like, share, and subscribe and comment. And we're going to see you Wednesday with another episode. We want to bid you a great week, and be safe out there.